Hello everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and yeah, I just nearly fell over. It's not funny, but it was at the time because I was being silly. Nearly backfired on me, but thank goodness nobody saw. But I didn't just tell you about it. Got a bit of kind of happy mail. I ordered it myself. It's from a shop, WIP Rocks. Hobby Rocco, because I've been a bit obsessed of late with a certain thing, and I've got to get my receipt out. And oh, I don't think that's what I ordered, is it? Maybe it is. It is. I got scissors in the shape of chickens. Sorry. Chicken scissors. I'm over really loving it. Put my pencil black. Chickens. They're actually chickens. It's an emotional support chicken scissors. Yeah, they're cool. I like them. How to get them? I know. I'm just obsessed. I got like loads of well, I had got rid of most of my scissors from the shop because I would, you know, when I did my advents, I put accessories in, and when I did some of the mystery boxes and stuff, I put accessories in them, and so I'd kind of depleted them. I depleted a lot of yarn, so I've had a bit of a crazy yarn fest, and there's another lot I want to get, but I hit a snag. I nearly bought it last night. It wasn't expensive, so it was quite easy. I thought I could just get that because it's not expensive, but unfortunately I wanted to get it with patterns, and I put them in the basket, and when I went to the checkout, they're not there. And this happened before with another company, and when I checked, they went, oh, we haven't got any. And I thought, well, what's the point of putting them there then, you know? So I don't know if it's such new yarn. Maybe it's not. Oh, I'm getting cold. Maybe it's not really, the patterns are not really there. Shouldn't advertise them really, I don't think. Just saying. Anyway, I spoke to Dyson again today. Another lovely phone call from Shmimra, whatever it is, I think it was how you say it. And well, we just went round and round in circles basically, because I got an email today saying that if I want to return it, I have to do like return it online, and then I'll get a refund. And I thought, how can I return something that I've never had? So I called them. I didn't have any faith in that young lady that I spoke to the first time, and my lack of faith was justified. So I spoke to this chap. I can't really pronounce his name very well. And he said that I didn't give them the pin. That's why they didn't deliver it. And I said they didn't knock at the door. They didn't turn up. How can I give them a pin if they don't ask for a pin? You know, so this just gets more convoluted and more crazy every time. But yeah, I failed to give them the pin. Didn't have a pin, you know, there was no pin to give anyone. I looked on my email, there was a pin, but I had no one to give it to because he didn't show up. So they said, oh, we're really sorry about that, but we'll have to wait until it arrives back with us, and then you will receive your refund within the next 14 days. So I said, what? 14 days? Why? And because they want to inspect it, make sure I haven't damaged it. Well, I haven't had it to damage it. And I said, well, hang on a minute. I ordered it on the 11th. It was meant to be delivered on the 12th. It's now the 15th. Why haven't you got it back yet? If it only took a day, why has it taken 3 at least and you haven't even received it yet? So he was like, couldn't answer that. And I said, what if my parcel has been stolen then and you're waiting for it to come back? Oh, no, we will get it back. I went, well, what happens if not? Because I haven't had the Hoover, I haven't had my refund, and I'm not going to leave it there. So he said, I assure you we will get it back and you will get your refund within 14 days. I went, you know, I need a Hoover now. That's why I ordered it straight from you guys, because it's cutting out all of the middlemen. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll never order from you again. That is ridiculous. What stupid, ridiculous systems they put in, these companies, and all because they want to use foreign call centres as well. So it's not a real person that, well, it's a real person, but it's not a real person that works for Dyson. It's a person who's using a system where they read it off the screen and they can't do anything else, and it's just rubbish service. So, you know, I shan't ever buy from Dyson direct. I'll only go and in with a shop, you know, that I can know and I can trust them. It's just stupid. It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, they might give you a bit of money off on the, you know, to do that, but seriously, it isn't worth it. It's not worth the hassle. Anyway, what else have I got to tell you? I've got chicken scissors. Not chicken livers, chicken scissors. Oh, they cool. I've got animal print scissors, and I've got purple and lilac scissors. Not both, but purple scissors, lilac scissors, golden, bright, fuchsia pink scissors, gold scissors, guitar scissors, stork, crane, unicorn, chicken scissors. I can't believe it. I'm quite happy about that. Day one of diet today. Absolutely rocking it. Got up this morning. Sorry, Jane. Had my oats. I made them last night, and I think I might. I thought at the time, oh, you put way too much milk in there, because you get an allowance of cereal or bread, an allowance of dairy. So with skimmed milk, you can get 2 allowances of dairy. So I got one of the allowances, and I thought, that's quite a lot of milk, but then I do use a lot of milk. So I put the whole lot in. And I got up this morning, it's still sloshing around, and I thought, it's not going to work, is it? So I put it in the microwave and I zapped it, and it came out just right. So I put blueberries in it and a bit of sweetener, and that was my breakfast. And then lunchtime I had leftover chicken chasseur that Gary made yesterday. It was really nice, and I could sin that. You know, if you're not familiar with the word sin, it's just their way of counting things that are not free to you, or part of your allowance, should we say, of dairy or cereal. So it's the extras, you know, that you might put in, like ketchup. It's got a sugar content, got a sin value. So yeah, the chasseur did, because Gary used a mix. I didn't know this, but he did. It was very nice though. And so I had that for lunch, and yeah, I'm going to do some chicken, roast chicken for dinner when he gets in. I'll just roast a few in the air fryer though, and then he can take some to work tomorrow as well if he wants to. I might jazz it up a bit, I don't know yet. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really fed up with these companies and their stupid, you know, lack of humans. That's what I'm really sick of. The fact that they've got all these stupid systems in place that are full of robots and foreigners that don't speak the language, so they read a script, and it's not their fault, you know, they're just doing a job. But I don't think it should be allowed. I think if you're trading in a country, I think your customer service needs to be in that country. So if they want to trade abroad, I mean, it's different for Hobby Rocks, so kind of UK, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a big company. Do you know what I mean? But I'm talking about big companies, like multi-million pounds, that set up their factories and they ship their goods. And you need to be able to converse with that person, don't you? You know, without all that rubbish. All that rubbish. There's no other word for it. It's just not on. I mean, remember all that rubbish that we had with EDF, the energy supplier, and the fact that only a few years earlier I dealt with EDF, and it was a UK call centre, and my query was resolved like that, and they were very, very good and very, very lenient and everything, and they were very good. Switch to a couple of years later down the line, their call centres are in some part of India. They don't have any authority to do anything, and they can't help you with proper queries. So it just ends up escalating and escalating, and the amount you owe gets more and more and more. And it probably wasn't, you didn't owe it in the first place. But, you know, in the end, I got so sick of that, I said goodbye. And we wrote it off and went elsewhere. But where they, you know, you can actually deal with problems. But when it's to do with people's money, you know, and they're not cheap purchases, and energy's not a cheap thing. It should be that if they're trading in this country, then you speak to someone from this country when it's to do with vast amounts of money. I think, anyway. Just my little soapbox moment. So, what was I going to say? Oh, I watched the end of Playing Nice. Oh, that took a few twists and turns along the way. One that I didn't imagine. You know, usually I can say, oh, I know what's going to happen here. And 9 times out of 10, I get it. But the thing I thought was going to happen from the trailer, when the little boy was supposedly drowned in the sea, I thought that the other dad was going to fake that kid's death and take him. Didn't happen that way. So yeah, I was wrong. Very rare, that is, very rare. So it's good when a program can do those twists and turns and catch me out, and it's actually like an eye-opener for me. That's pretty good. I like them. If they're so easy for me to suss out, not necessarily easy for everyone. I've just got that kind of brain that usually susses it out. You know, just saying. Gary doesn't always suss it out, but I do. Bless him. So we're watching Fear the Walking Dead at the minute, the pair of us. And there's a thing. Oh, what was it called? Landman. Keep seeing advert for Landman. And it's a oil family. So I said to Gary while we were switching round to get the Fear the Walking Dead up, I thought, you know, might want to watch that. And he said, why? And I mean, it's going to be like a modern day Dallas, I reckon, because it's all about oil. And he kind of, you know, rolled his nose, and then he went, I'll watch the first one with you and see what it's like. So I thought, oh, okay. So I bet he doesn't watch it, you know. I think, you know, if something doesn't grab you in the first episode, then you might not want to watch it. It was like Breaking Bad. That grabbed me in the first episode, but Michael, I remember him saying, give it 3 or 4 episodes before you judge it, because it, you know, and I was there the first episode. So yeah, I guess it depends on what you expect, doesn't it, from a program. So yeah, I got my crochet ready to do. So once I've uploaded my videos, or while they're uploading, I'm gonna go and get on with some crocheting. And but at the moment, it's just, I'm just crocheting non-challenging projects. You know what I mean? How can I put it? I'm not, with my fingers, they're actually a lot better than they were thanks to my hand cream. But also with my, I don't know, I've kind of got to get into the zone. I think I lost my crochet a bit. I did Gary's scarf, as you know, and I've now done his tutorial. So I'm kind of getting back in. But for a while, I think I did lose it. I was so busy that I couldn't pick up my hook much, apart from doing that Boggy Creek blanket with you guys on a WIP video. There wasn't much else doing, and I had kind of like ideas still, but not really the rest of it, you know. But I'm kind of getting back into it, and you know, so at the moment I'm just getting rid of those yarns that are hanging round, because, you know, they're just in the way, and I don't want to keep taking them from the yarn van, bringing them back in here. There's nowhere to put them. So yeah, I managed to sort out a lot yesterday out there. I gave myself a bit of a bad back. Losing weight can only help that, really, I think, because at the moment, I mean, some of these boxes are gigantic. The one that arrived with the style crafting was came up to my shoulder, the box. So, you know, I'm kind of lumbering that about. Gary took it out there for me, but once it's out there, it's all down to me. And then I've got big boxes of yarn that are quite heavy, putting them on my top racking, bringing them down, putting them back, you know, when I fulfill orders and when I have to find new homes for yarn because I bought more. And yeah, so I kind of, so much humping around that yesterday I was kind of, I think I'm going to take some painkillers soon, Gary, before we go, because he wanted to go out, and I'm like, oh, I just need to like take some painkillers first and let them kick in. We had a cup of tea and then we went out. But I was really feeling it, you know. And I'm a lot, in a way, a lot fitter than I used to be. Like before I started Hobby Rocks, I got a bit sedentary. Or sedentary, I don't know how you pronounce it, sedentary. But I got it because I think we all did, because of the pandemic. We couldn't go out, we couldn't do anything. So we tended to do more and more and more at home. We went out for little walks. That's about it. All the other things and activities that we were used to. And I didn't even have stairs anymore. You know, before I lived in a townhouse with 3 stories, and now I live in a bungalow. So I didn't even do stairs, which was another thing that I lost, the kind of stamina for going up and downstairs. So it wasn't until and then when you kind of, all that was over and you could start going out again, I think most of us felt, I don't know if I want to, you know, a little bit, not agoraphobic, but mistrusting of people and the outside world. And we all felt that a little bit, I think. So it wasn't straight away, get out there, go shopping, do all the stuff you used to do. It was quite a while before we all got back in the swing. I think life has returned to absolute normal now. You know, wherever you go, there are just loads of people. And despite all these viruses that we still have, because there's that one with 3 initials, I don't know, it's RVP, is it, or something? I don't know. All I know is it's not nice and it's respiratory and it's probably, you know, coming my way. But the flu has put people in hospital this year. Quite a lot. The A&Es have been inundated and hospitals are full up with people with flu. So, yeah, there's loads of them, but no one's masking, you know. Nobody's doing that, are they, anymore? So I think we've kind of, the whole world has more or less returned to normal about it. Japanese will probably still wear masks because they wore them before, didn't they, really? You used to see them like darting about on there with masks on, so they probably still do it, but you know, maybe they're the sensible ones, I don't know. It's great though when you have spotty chin. You didn't have to show anyone, did you, when you had masks? It was like, I know, I'll get rid of the spots. It's good. And then you're kind of like incognito as well, so if you had a bad hair day, it didn't matter because nobody knew you were, you know. Can't get away with that anymore, can you, really? Still got a bad hair day though, look at it. It's like, ew. It's like a big fluffy, horrible ponytail. It was all right yesterday, but I've woke up and the hair fairies have had a go at me. Do you have that happen to you? It happens to me. I go to bed with fairly normal hair and I wake up and it's like, you know, it's like, ugh. But this wide and like looking like it's made of wire, and that's what happened this morning. I remember I went into the bathroom and I looked up and went, oh, it's nasty. Put that away. So I did. I could have straightened it and done all the things, but I'm trying to give it a bit of a break. You know, I did have a few weeks of straightening, so I like to try and give it a few weeks of resting and stopping the heat, just to give it that little bit of a break, you know. Otherwise it starts to break, but you know what I mean? Just the quality and the, what's the word? Condition, that's it. Just trying to keep it a little bit not so, you know, tortured. So I've got a nice cup of tea in my old mug. Thank you. Look at that. Look, Linda Fairbrother sent me this when I had 5k. And I'm a stone's throw away from 27. There, getting there. Nearly there. Nearly. Oh, that's good. That is good. I do love a biscuit tea. It's absolutely my favourite drink now. I don't mind the toast and jam, although they discontinued it. I've got loads of boxes of it. I can't sell them because they're out of date, but when I got in touch with them and said, if they're out of date, can I use them? And they said, oh yeah, you can use them. There's nothing wrong with it. It's tea. But we can't guarantee the flavour will be, you know, as strong, but it probably will be because they're sealed. But we just have to give you a date. I said, oh, okay, so I can use them, you know. Whenever I open the one that's been opened for ages in a caddy, whenever I open that caddy, it just wafts the smell of toast and jam. So I think it lasts well, to be honest with you. But I'm just going to have that. Well, I've got enough to last me a lifetime, I think. Anyway, I don't drink it that often. Maybe I will now I'm on this diet, though, because you start to miss flavours and stuff. Although I can eat fruit, and I had a satsuma. It was probably a clementine, but just a little orangey thing. I wondered, though, I meant to Google it and have a look into, if I'm allergic to limonene, should I avoid things with peel? Because that's where the limonene is. It's in the zest. You don't eat the zest when you peel a fruit, but it's usually in cakes and stuff that, you know, baked goods. They put peel in stuff, don't they? And I wondered if I should avoid peel, or if it's just because it's taken out, it's concentrated, and that's why I'm allergic. I don't really know. But it would explain why sometimes when I eat gluten, I'm fine, and other times I'm not, because maybe there's peel in it, you know, the zest or whatever it is. Would be interesting, wouldn't it, to find out. But, you know, I've lost the form for the blood test. I've really wanted those blood tests all for ages, for years. And, you know, the one time I get the opportunity, I don't even turn up and I keep losing the form. It's quite stupid, really. Yeah. What can I say? That's me. Fickle and stupid sometimes. You're going to tell me off now for beating myself up. Oh, my face exploded. I wonder if the chicken will. I had some brilliant names for the chicken. Probably won't see them now because I've put little hearts on them. But yeah, there's been some amazing chicken names coming up. Actually, I might, because sometimes... Oops, press the wrong button. Henrietta. There's another one on there. I still like Egglebert. Egglebert's a boy though, isn't he? Eggle. Are you going to show me them? I don't think you are now. This phone is, well, sorry, YouTube is really fickle. Because if I heart and like things, sometimes it used to just say, okay, you've looked at them, I won't show you them again. But now it doesn't do that as default anymore. And it brings them back. And so I see them. And sometimes I don't. And sometimes I do. It just doesn't make any sense. It's confused, bless it. Oh, I didn't do the doodah, did I? I didn't do the doodah, did I? Do that, do. Sorry. They do that, don't they? They do, don't they, don't? Okay, let's have a look. What have I done? Well, I pulled off too many. This is Thursday. I must have gone a bit crazy over the hump day one. Nobody's told me so. But I must have. Oddly. Never mind. All's right with the world. Okay, so where am I up to with the book? Baby Lady 7, did that one. Thank God for cauliflower crust pizza. Now pizza can be a vegetable. Yeah, but it doesn't taste right, so I'm sorry about that. When somebody tells me that my child is an angel, I have to ask them if they've ever went to church. As far as I know, angels have never acted like this. At Acty Supermum. Nicknaming your children is so weird. You start off with something sweet like Snuggle Dumpling, and before you knowing it, you're calling your kid Sid Snug Dump. I was terrible for nicknames of my kids. Yep. Paul had loads. He was my first, and he was Polly Wally do Lolly Day. He was Pugglebum. He was Porky. He was Pongo. Paulie Bally, Paulie, Paul. What else would I have him? Oh, tons of him. Oh, loads. I think he and Victoria had the same little nickname when they were young for some reason. I used to call him Porky Snackenburger, Polly Bungle. I used to call him Bungle Bunce. So many, absolutely. Michael had a few. He was Munchy Mike. He was Mikey Schmikes. He was Schmeichels. He had like, one he hated, absolutely hated, was Ichabod Peabody the Third. He really hated those. He says, I am not Ichabod. He used to get so angry, but it was so funny. I had to do it. Yeah, Ichabod Peabody the Third, which, you know, he really didn't like. I got it from a movie. I can't tell you which one now, but probably like Gypsy or something. I can't remember. But Ichabod Peabody the Third. It was an old film. He was really angry about them. But mostly he liked them, you know, mostly. Yeah. I was terrible for names. My mum did it to me. I think it sort of just went through I think we all do it as well, don't we? But my mum used to call me penny, tuppence, threepence. It was all monetary at one point. But, because, you know, tuppence was 2 pennies. Threepence was obviously 3 pennies. Sixpence was another one. That was obviously 6 pennies. Or a tanner, but she didn't call me tanner. She called me sixpence. She used to call me Fanny for Nakapan. Fanny. She said, thank you very much for that, my mum. She used to call me others as well. What was it? Dorothy sometimes. I don't know why, but she did. There's so many. So many. But yeah, there was quite a lot of them were monetary. I don't understand that myself, but probably because it was cute. I don't know. There was more than that. I can't remember them all now. But yeah, I had tons of nicknames. Fanny Fanakapan being one that, you know, I didn't really like very much, as you can imagine. But yeah. Us parents are strange creatures, aren't we, with our children? But for ages I called Paul Bungle Bumps and stuff like that. I don't think the boy ever knew his real name. And then when he had a friend at school, his mum used to call him Paulus the Wood Gnome, because Paulus is a character that was a wood gnome. But yeah, she called him Paulus. I thought, if I call my son Paul, no one's going to really shorten that. But they lengthened it. But, you know, never mind. So, what's new with you? What are you up to? Are you making anything? What are you making? I've got lots I should be doing, that's for sure. Lots I should be doing. I have to get cracking. I also need to start thinking of wonderful things I can make us for our dinner, because it is hard getting Gary galvanised into this diet. I know he wants to do it, but it's actually doing it, isn't it? And I said to him yesterday about it, and he went, can't do it until I've ate my crisps. And I said, Gary, you just have to sin your crisps. You can still do it and eat the crisps, but you just have to have them as your sins. You can eat anything as long as you count it within reason, you know, not over the sin value. But yeah, I won't tell you what I said. No, because he might watch and he won't like it if I tell you. But yeah, gotta do it. Absolutely. Weighed myself today. Didn't pull as much as I thought, but more than I should. So yeah, it's got to go. I'm just looking forward to not being wheezy. That's what really I'm looking forward to. So it's getting rid of the wheeze and having a slimmer face. It'll take a while for that to do it. I shall talk to you like that till it happens. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the benefits of it. And I think, you know, if I don't start on sweet stuff, I'll be okay. This is what happened with me. I've done it a couple of times now. And the first time I got the sweetie bars, you know, the ones that you can have. And they've got a sin value, but you can count them. And I used to get them. But because I had them, I wanted them of an evening. You know, that's the worst time you can possibly snack on them, really. And I would just end up having more of the sins than I should have had. And eventually it stops working. But the second time I did it, I never had any sweets. I said, that's it, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just cut out all that kind of stuff. and it was so much better. That I lost more weight. I felt so much better. So I think this time I'm going to try my best to out that sugar again. I mean, I will have the fruit, so that's got sugar in. And if it doesn't work, or if it stops working at any point, you know, after we've done our little time away, then I'll go and do low carb. But I want to try. I want to try and do this because it's the food you're going to end up eating. You know, once you kind of get where you want to go, it's got to be beneficial. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this and my hump day giveaway, which I filmed today, and I'm going to put up. So good to see you all. Hope you're all doing really, really well. And I'll see. I still think there's something I should have told you that I haven't. Just can't figure it out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.